The Monstersandmemories Open Beta starts May 29. And if you've been sitting on the sidelines staring at this game thinking, why are we accepting this level of visual minimalism for a modern-day MMO? Did the art department run out of polygons? Well, this is your chance to find out. Because listen, I judged this game too. I looked at those graphics, wrinkled my nose, and thought, yeah, no. And now it's genuinely the best thing I've been playing. Somehow, this strange little cult MMO has me in a complete nostalgic chokehold. So today, I want to help you survive the open beta without accidentally ruining your first impression of the game. The Monstersandmemories Community Open Beta Test is Friday, May 29 through Sunday, June 7. If you have not gotten into the closed beta yet, this is your opportunity to finally play the game. I promise you, if you actually sit down and play it, it will surprise you. The gameplay is there, the soul is there, and this open beta is your week to log in, try it out, and come back to the comments section and tell me exactly how wrong I am. All right, let's take care of business. How do you get into the open beta? Anyone with a Monstersandmemories account can join the open beta. It's free. Just head over to the website and register. While you're there, you can download the launcher and play in the character creator. I would also recommend joining the Discord channel. So what should you expect on open beta launch day? Well, in the last playtest I participated in, I had no queuing issues or delays. But that doesn't mean my experience was everyone's experience. It's a game in a testing environment. Go in expecting the worst, and then be pleasantly surprised if it actually turns out to be a smooth experience. Now for some fun advice, because I have a few recommendations to ensure that you actually make the most of this testing experience. Recommendation number 1, try all the starting areas. Because look, Night Harbor is going to be the default choice for almost everyone. It's where most of the game's races can start, and it is actually the better option if you're playing with friends because it is significantly easier to coordinate getting your group together. But let me warn you right now, Night Harbor on the launch day is going to be a crowded, congested, lag-inducing nightmare. Entering Night Harbor on Friday night will be a gaming equivalent to trying to navigate Times Square on New Year's Eve, except everyone is wearing tattered cloth and swinging rusty swords. And that kind of technical frustration can completely ruin your first impression of an otherwise incredible game. So I strongly recommend that you check out the alternative starting areas while you have the golden opportunity. Do not just follow the mindless herd into the harbor. The other zones offer unique, deeply immersive experiences where you might actually get to kill a mob without 30 other people trying to tag it first. Recommendation number 2, try several different classes and races. And look, I know how hard that is. This is coming from someone who historically chooses dwarf or elf and completely ignores everything else on the character sheet. If it doesn't have pointed ears or a magnificent beard, I don't acknowledge its existence. But for this game, I actually took my own advice. I branched out. I created an ogre. And look, I genuinely enjoyed playing a big, lumbering, absolute unit of a creature. It was magnificent. Right up until the exact moment I got physically stuck in a doorway. And that moment of structural defeat solidified that the ogre lifestyle is simply not for me. But trying the different races actually allows you to learn the game's factions, in addition to finding out which doors you can physically fit through. The races also have entirely different starting stats. Now in the long run, do those stats matter? No, of course not. Eventually you'll just use high-end gear to supplement whatever weak stat areas your character has. Before the early game, when your armor consists of a stained tunic and some literal garbage you found on a skeleton, those starting stats actually matter and are well worth exploring. And the best part is, Monstersandmemories is a wildly alt-friendly game, so make a bunch of them. Go completely nuts, try out several classes, play your go-to classes, of course. But before open beta ends, please do yourself a favor and check out something entirely unexpected. Step completely out of your comfort zone and you might just surprise yourself. Recommendation number 3. Brace yourselves for this one. Group up. Yes, I can hear the collective groans of absolute social dread echoing through the internet right now. Let it out. Release the groans. I mean, look at me. I am the 99% introvert, remember? I know my community. I feel the exact same baseline panic that you do. But hear me out. You are playing an open beta with complete strangers on the internet whom you will quite literally never see again for the rest of your natural life. They do not care that you are a complete mess. They don't care that you're standing in a corner desperately trying to figure out how to play a Spellblade. Because let's be honest, what the heck is a Spellblade anyway? You don't know, they don't know, the developers are still figuring it out. It's a completely level playing field of beautiful, chaotic ignorance. No one is judging you because everyone is currently failing at the exact same level. So quick edit, it turns out they do know what a Spellblade is. This script was written before the class redesign. Yeah, my bad. Y'all are on it. Good job. Now, ideally, I would recommend that you find a preset group before the test even starts. Get into Discord, post your availability for the week, and form up with a static group of people who are willing to invest the same level of effort for your functional hours of the day. That is exactly what I did for the last playtest, and it made for a much more productive and rewarding use of my time. But look, I'm not actually playing with my normal crew during open beta week, which means I'm officially available for group chaos if you happen to need a 6th party member. I am ready to step out of my quiet comfort zone and run headfirst into a dungeon with you. You know where to find me. Make it happen. Send the invite. Because at its absolute core, Monstersandmemories is a group-focused game. You can solo, sure, we all do it when the human interaction tax is simply too high. But to really find out how this game works at its absolute best, you have to try out the group experience. And I guess this is 3.5 in my recommendations because while we're on the subject of grouping, let's manage expectations right now. The LFG system is not a magical friendship vending machine. Putting a little looking for group tag next to your name does not guarantee that a party suddenly materializes around you like woodland creatures gathering around Disney princesses. You actually have to put in effort here. Advertise yourself. Use the Discord. Use the in-game LFG chat. Send tells to actual human beings. Or brace yourselves for this radical concept. Make your own group. Because let's talk about some of you for a second. Some of you walk up to an active group and type, "need one." Just write into chat, "need one." And then stand there silently like a seagull expecting a french fry. And look, it might work, but probably not. Because need one tells me absolutely nothing. Need one what? What class are you? What level are you? Are you a healer? Are you a tank? You can't just wander into a camp like some half-feral desert prophet mumbling "need one" and expect an immediate party invite. Look, LFG sucks. No one enjoys looking for a group. It is the MMO equivalent to filling out online job applications. It is universally miserable. But Monstersandmemories is a social game, and sometimes that means making the first move and awkwardly talking to strangers on the internet. Recommendation number 4. Die. You heard me. Die. Because first of all, let's just state an absolute objective truth. Hardcore mode is stupid. You are playing a fantasy game where literal resurrection magic actively exists. They would not have given us resurrection spells if they didn't expect us to drop dead on a regular basis. Your stubborn refusal to die as a hardcore player is quite frankly a slap in the face to clerics everywhere. Those people went to school. They spent years studying the fine, delicate art of dragging life back into rotting corpses. You are just walking around refusing to get mauled by wildlife because you're prideful? It is professional erasure, and I will not stand for it. But look, that is a rant for a completely different video. For the specific purpose of this playtest, you need to die, because death in Monsters and Memories is a monumental, catastrophic pain in the ass. When you respawn, you are completely naked, you have no gear, and you don't even have your spells or abilities. It is a deeply disorienting, spiritually violating experience, and you need the shared trauma of it. You need to know what it feels like to lose everything. In an ideal world, it would be really cool if you could die somewhere incredibly exotic and dangerous, forcing you to beg strangers in global chat to help you locate your body and perform a high-stakes corpse drag. But look, it's a 10-day test. I'm a realist. I will be completely happy if you just get murdered by a low-level beetle and get sent back to town and are forced to open up that scrapbook collage of a spell book just to figure out what the heck spell you had equipped in slot 5 before your untimely demise. It is an essential rite of passage. Go out there, get absolutely wrecked by a trash mob, and experience the beautiful, agonizing reality of a true old-school death. And my final recommendation, number 5. Try out the gathering skills and the crafting professions, but do not pick gathering as your starting skill. Now, I know what you're thinking, but Penny, if I pick gathering, the game gives me a free tool and a free bag. Yes, it does, but that bag is incredibly restrictive, and gathering is already ridiculously easy to level up on your own. Do not fall for the starter bag propaganda. Instead, pick a crafting profession as your starting skill. Tailoring or leatherworking are both fantastic choices, but whatever you do, just stay away from jewel crafting. Instead, focus on making some coin, which is actually fairly easy to do. You can even engage in a little light market arbitrage, which is just a fancy legal-sounding word for buying low-level items from unsuspecting merchants and flipping them elsewhere for massive profit. And if you want to play the fantasy stock market, there are a few shady little capitalist vendors in Night Harbor who are absolutely perfect for this. You have the shifty gnome lurking outside the west gate, the greedy halfling hanging out by the west bank, and Clint the innocent standing outside the north gate. Now, a word of absolute warning regarding these 3 gentlemen. Do not sell your items to them. They will rip you off. They will look you dead in the eye and give you coppers on the silver for your hard-earned loot. They are digital highwaymen. Only buy from them if the price is right, and once you have swindled enough money out of the Night Harbor economy, go buy your gathering tools and actually set to work. Crafting requires a bit of a time investment, but it is a massive, incredibly important feature of the game, and you owe yourself to explore it. Now at this point, you may be sitting there thinking, Penny, these are terrible tips. They are all completely philosophical, and you've provided absolutely nothing tangible. You have 10 days. I make 8-minute videos. We are both aggressively working with what we've got here, okay? I want you to have a deeply memorable, life-altering experience. I am not here to hold your hand and tell you how to get your very first bag. Which, by the way, if you do want a tangible tip, when you're in Night Harbor, just go hail the shifty guy. He'll give you a quest to fill a bag. And here's the secret, just don't turn the quest in. Just hoard that bag like a petty thief and keep using it. But ultimately, I want you to enjoy this world and make your own genuine discoveries. Because Monsters and Memories is, at its absolute core, a game of awe, of mystery, and of exploration. If you are learning how to do every single thing by just watching other people do it on a screen, then you may be missing the entire point of the game. So go out there, get stuck in a doorway, die to a beetle, and make some terrible decisions with strangers on the internet. But most importantly, have a truly spectacular playtest. Until next time, keep exploring, and I hope to see you in this world.
I think a lot of people are trying new characters into teens because of beta. Oh, for sure. for sure. But we're hoping to encourage that. We're hoping to encourage that. Isn't that right, PennyLoafer? There's a new PennyLoafer video, and she was like, Sean mentioned my video. Of course I did. We're a small community. I will not say your name 3 times in a row, though. It's Plastico. Thank you for the follow. There was somebody else's question I wanted.
I'm sorry. Did Sean just mention me again? But this time it wasn't just a casual shout out. No. He actually asked for my input.
Isn't that right, PennyLoafer?
Yeah, that's right, Sean. We are encouraging alts. And you'll notice what just happened there. I used the word we. I am officially using we like I am a core member of the development team. This is the monster you have unleashed, Sean. This cannot be undone. I am now part of the collective. But wait, it gets better, because I wanted to see if Sean had anything else to say about my team contributions. Sean, please continue.
Or, like Penny said in her recent video, they have a static group, and so they're moving their static group, and then they're playing alts, but they've got rules for their static group.
I'm sorry, I didn't quite catch that. Could you say that one more time for the people in the back, Sean?
Or, like Penny said in her recent video.
Like Penny said in her recent video. Oh, it's just beautiful. Truly a masterpiece of the English language. I think I'm going to go get that exact quote printed on a heavy cardstock framed in 24 karat gold and hung directly above my desk so I can gaze upon it while I play. I am so stupid.